Let's make a start. Chapter Yud Gimel, Pasuk Aleph. Vayidaber.
Vayidaber Hashem and Moshe Leimor. Hashem spoke to Moshe, saying, "Shlach lecha anoshim yishu es Eretz Canaan asher ani nosei nebnei Yisrael ish echad lemate avosav
Tishlachu
Kol Nasi Bohem."
Kol Nasi Bohem. Okay? So let's translate. Shlach lecha anoshim. Send for yourself, right, men. Now, the word lecha is, we're going to see, is chayra, extra, superfluous over here. Rashi's going to dwell on it. But let's just translate. Shlach lecha anoshim. Send for yourself men, v'yosuru es Eretz Canaan, and they shall explore the land of Canaan. Asher ani nosein b'nei Yisrael, which I am giving to the Bnei Yisrael. Ish echad, one man, l'matei avosav, for the tribe of his father, right, his fathers, tishlachu, you shall send. Means you shall send one man each for the tribe of his fathers. Koil, all of them, Nasi Bohem, was a prince, a leader among them. Means everybody who was sent wasn't a Tsama guy. But each one was a personality, was a Nasi among them. Okay? By the way, when it says Koil Nasi, it doesn't mean every Nasi among them. Koil, all of them were Nasi Bohem. Okay? Was a prince among them. Let's see Rashi here. Okay.
Shlach lecha anoshim mama nis
Mecha
parashas miraglim the parashas
Miriam.
Lefi
Sheloksa
loksa
al iske diba. Right, because she was smitten on account of speaking Lashon Hara, bad language, not foul language, I'm saying diba meaning slander. Shedibra ba'achiha, she spoke against her brother. Okay, and she got tzaras as a result of that. Urishoim halalu, and these wicked men saw, veloi lokhu musa, and they didn't take a lesson from it. They should have seen, oh wow, why did she get tzaras? Right, it must be because she spoke Lashon Hara. So we've got to be careful about what we say about Eretz Yisrael. By the way, it's interesting. Were Eretz Yisrael's feelings hurt when they spoke about? Huh?
Probably.
But Eretz Yisrael is not exactly a human being that he has feelings.
That's Kedusha.
Understand? But you learn out from here that the point of Lashon Hara is not so much. I mean, obviously, there's an Indian that causes person suffering, the person who's been spoken about. It's also an Indian. But even if it doesn't cause him suffering, and the Maisa we said by Moshe Rabbeinu as well, when Miriam spoke against Moshe wasn't upset about it, wasn't hurt by the fact that Miriam had spoken against him. That's what the Pasuk says, Vish Moshe Arnav Mi'oiv Mikol Ha'adam. He was the most humble of all men, more humble than all men. So therefore, you see that he didn't bother him. Nevertheless, the actual mere speech itself, saying these words, that in itself is the Avera. Not even if the person spoken about, the victim, right, doesn't bother him in the slightest. That still doesn't take it away from the fact that it's Lashon Hara. And we learn out from here as well that one mustn't speak about Lashon Hara about Eretz Yisrael. By the way, so from here you learn out, by the way, person shouldn't say, I can't stand the weather here. I wish I was back in the States, or whatever. The weather here is terrible. Speaking Lashon about Lashon Hara about Eretz Yisrael. The weather is gewaldig.
It is very hot.
Hot, well, you can get hot anywhere.
Go to Phoenix, gets 120 degrees Fahrenheit.
So now everything was, where you from, Mordechai? LA?
Lakewood.
Lakewood. No, Lakewood doesn't get hot in the summer. Doesn't get steaming humid.
Not like Eretz Yisrael.
Not like Eretz Yisrael? I mean, it's not as bad as New York itself.
Israel's worse.
In what respect? You mean the heat? Actually,
The heat.
Okay, but I'm saying, but apparently New York gets very humid, no?
It's still a different type of heat.
Okay. Anyway, you shouldn't complain about it. This is the way things are. This is how HaKodesh Baruch Hu wants it. Some cool days, some hot days. Today's a nice cool day.
We had a very good weather this past week. It hasn't been too hot.
Right. Okay, but you have to be careful what you say about Eretz Yisrael, and about the food of Eretz Yisrael. Right? Most of the food is gewaldig, the fruits and the everything else. Yeah?
Well, now you can get everything.
What?
You can get everything here.
Sure.
American products.
So whatever, you can't, no, nothing missing. But anyway, one has to be careful what one says about Eretz Yisrael.
We're not speaking bad about Medinas Yisrael.
That's something else. I'm not going to go into that. When you say about complain about a government office, is that complaining about Eretz Yisrael or just complaining about the bureaucracy of the state? So maybe. Anyway, it's not a good thing to complain anyway. It's not an advisable thing to complain. The person has to be zufrieden, right? It's the Rav Kopshitz, the father of the present Rav, previous Rav here, he used to say, you know a little bit of Yiddish. You know a little bit of Yiddish, Mordechai?
No.
No? So you don't know any Yiddish?
No, a few words.
Zu, when you say zu viel means too much, right? So jede zu is nicht gut. If something is too much, it's not good. With one exception. Zufrieden. That means zufrieden means to be satisfied. Sein zufrieden. That's every zu is no good except for zufrieden. Zufrieden is a good thing, to be satisfied. Don't have great demands, especially not gashmistic demands. If you don't have too many demands, you're happy.
So you're free from all those
Right.
conditions.
Happy with what you have. That's the real wealth. Okay, next Rashi. Mordechai, shlach lecha. Right? Send for yourself. Ledatcha. Now Rashi says, we'll explain what's the word lecha, for yourself. Meaning, ledatcha, on your das, which means you are going to your decision, your opinion. Right? If you think so. Ani eini mitzaveh lecha. I am not commanding you to send the spies. Im tirtze shlach. If you wish, then send. V'yishabo Yisrael va'amru nishlecha anoshim lefaneinu. What prompted Moshe Rabbeinu to ask the HaKodesh Baruch Hu to send the spies? To send these, not actually, ostensibly they weren't spies, they were, how should we say, fact-finding mission, right? This was like an advanced party, right? These Meraglim were sent as an advanced party.
How can Rashi say the saying Shlach Lecha Anoshim?
Because why do you say the word Lecha? You should say Shlach Anoshim, send men. What's the Lecha doing there? So you see that's indicative that HaKodesh Baruch Hu told Moshe, if you want. I mean, I'm leaving it up to you. You're asking a good point, actually. So he's like giving him a command, he's saying. It means if you feel it's right, then go ahead and send them. Right? If you feel it's the right thing, go ahead and send them. Ani eini matzav lecha im tirtze shlach v'yishabo Yisrael v'amru. Because Kaisar came and said, Nishlacha anoshim lefanenu. Let us send men ahead of us. Kamo shene'emar, as it said, this is quoted in Parshas Dvorim, where the repeat of the whole narrative of the repeat of the history of the Jewish people in the desert was repeated. It says, "Vatikravun elai kolchem." All of you came before me, drew near to me, and said, "We asked Nishlacha anoshim lefanenu." So when the people of Klal Yisrael came to ask for this request, let's send men ahead of us to seek out the land, to explore the land. Moshe nimlach b'shchina. Moshe sought advice, consulted with the Shechina. So HaKodesh Baruch Hu answered, HaKodesh Baruch Hu answered, Ani amarti lahem, I told them, Shehi toiva, that the land is a good land. You don't need no advance party, you don't need to explore the land.
Why did they say not sparse?
Shenema ele eschem me'oni Mitzrayim, and I'm going to bring you to a land Zovas Cholav Advash. That's what's mentioned in the beginning of Parshas. That's what's mentioned in Parshas Shmois. Chayeyem shani noisen lahem mekoim litois. I'm making a shvua. HaKodesh Baruch Hu said that I'm going to give them an opportunity to make a mistake. B'divrei HaMeraglim, through the words of the Meraglim, leman lo yiroshua, right? In order that they will not be able to inherit the land, to take over the land. It means I'm going to give them an opportunity that they're going to stumble, they're going to chas v'shalom make a mistake and sin and show that they lack trust in me. But the actual question itself, the mere request to send Meraglim, that in itself was something wrong. Because what do you need to send Meraglim for? HaKodesh Baruch Hu is going to take care of you, right? And even if you're going to say that the Meraglim were there ostensibly to us to not to see whether it is a good land or not a good land, but rather whether it's just to strategically how to conquer the land. What do they need to? If HaKodesh Baruch Hu is taking care of everything, they don't need any specific strategy here to do that. HaKodesh Baruch Hu is going to take care of them. Okay. Pasuk Yisromer, Pasuk Gimel. Vayishlach.
וישלח עשו משה במדבר פרן על פי השם. Hashem sent them to
from the wilderness of Paran, al pi Hashem. Okay, by the order of Hashem. Okay.
Kulam anashim Moshe b'nei Yisrael hema.
Kulam anashim. They were all men. Now Rashi is going to explain what that means. Obviously the men, just it said Ish Echad, Ish Echad. Roshei b'nei Yisrael hema. They were the heads of the Bnei Yisrael. So Rashi's going to speak. Al pi Hashem. Says Rashi. You have the Rashi there?
Yeah. Al pi Hashem b'shusar.
Now Rashi pointing out over here, Al pi Hashem sounds like HaKodesh Baruch Hu actually commanded him to do so. So Rashi says no, that's not pshat over here, because HaKodesh Baruch Hu did not actually command Moshe. He just gave him permission to do so. Pi Hashem b'shusay shlo ikev al yodoi. Right? He didn't prevent him, didn't stop him from sending these Meraglim. Okay? Kulam
What Hashem
anashim.
wanted to cause the Meraglim to sin?
He didn't. HaKodesh Baruch Hu doesn't cause anybody to sin. HaKodesh Baruch Hu just gave an opportunity.
Why did he give an opportunity?
Because the fact that they had requested to send spies to seek out what the land was alike and also how to strategically conquer the land was be'etzem unnecessary. If they had full trust in Hashem, Hashem's going to take them and that's it.
Yeah, some military genius. You don't need a military strategist to conquer it itself.
Right? HaKodesh Baruch Hu is going to do it miraculously. Kulam Anoshim.
Kulam Anoshim.
Shebamikra Loshin Chashivos. Every time you have the term Anoshim in Chumash, in Tanakh, it's an expression of importance. They were important people. At that point, they were still shaming. Okay?
Alright, next one.
Okay, now Mordechai. We've got all the names here. We've got all the names. Okay, we'll skip the names. Elo Shmois Matei Ruben Shamua ben Zakor Matei Shimon Shavat ben Chayri Matei Yehuda Kalev ben Yefune Matei Yisachar Yigal ben Yosef Matei Ephraim Moshe ben Nun. Okay, Matei Binyamin Palti ben Rafu Matei Zvulun Gadia ben Soidi Matei Yosef Matei Menashe Gadi ben Susi Matei Don Amiel ben Gemali Matei Osho Susu ben Michael Matei Naftali Nachli ben Vovsi Matei Gad ben Mochi. Eile These are the names of the men whom Moshe sent to Suez Haaretz. Okay, and this is what Nafshi is going to dwell on next thing. Vayikra Moshe Binun Yeshua. Moshe changed Yeshua's name from Hoshea to Yehoshua. Says Rashi. Yeah, says Rashi. Vayikra Moshe Hoshea bin Nun.
Vayikra Moshe Hoshea
etc. Right? Hoshea bin Nun Yehoshua. So what does that mean? What did he change his name? He spalel Olof. By changing his name, he was in actual fact davening for him. Hispalel Olav, meaning Ka. This is the name Yehoshua. Indicates the following. It's like an abbreviation, an acrostic for Ka Hoshiacha Yoshiacha Me'atzas Meraglim. May Hashem save you from the scheme of the Meraglim. Now this Rashi presents a major question. Did Moshe know the spies were going to sin or not?
Sounds like he did.
That's what it sounds like from here, because he was praying for Yeshua. He says, may Hashem save you from the scheme of the Meraglim. So 1 second. If he knew they're going to sin, why did he send them?
Why did you just send Kalev in Yeshua?
Whatever, I don't know about Kalev. Kalev it doesn't actually say.
I mean, Hashem said, you make the decision. So if he had doubts, what?
Yeah, so the Chayra, yeah. What you have to say is as follows. I think the Mepharshim is explained it in the following way, that sometimes Chazal said a rule, but derech she'odam roitze leilech bo moilichen osam. The person wants to go that way. A person is in Hashemayim. They let a person. That's imperative. HaKodesh Baruch Hu doesn't put necessarily a stumbling block upon in the way of somebody who wants to do an Aveira. HaKodesh Baruch Hu doesn't stop him necessarily, because that's part of free choice. So Moshe Rabbeinu, he was like in a no-win situation. The people were clamoring, well, not just asking, but people were clamoring to send spies. All of you came, not just it was a minority of people, just a few people wanted it. All of you came along and said,
Want to send spies?
we want to send spies. Everybody wanted. So Moshe was up against tremendous public opinion. Right? We want spies. We want to, so we not the spies. We want to send a group, fact-finding mission to Eretz Yisrael. We're not going otherwise. We want to have an advanced party. That's what the people requested. Now, HaKodesh Baruch Hu told Moshe, Moshe, you've accepted this. HaKodesh Baruch Hu told Moshe, what a gewaldig idea. HaKodesh Baruch Hu doesn't say that. HaKodesh Baruch Hu says, I'm not really happy about this. Right? But if this is what the people want, I let you do it. If you agree, it's up to you. I'm leaving it up to you. But if this is what the people want, I say go ahead and do it.
Moshe Rabbeinu said no.
So why didn't HaKodesh Baruch Hu tell Moshe Rabbeinu no? We should talk about it. If HaKodesh Baruch Hu realized we're heading for a collision course over here, the Meraglim Marathon. The point was that HaKodesh Baruch Hu, it wasn't necessarily a foregone conclusion that the spies were going to sin. They had the freedom of choice. They could have overcome the Yetzer Hara and not spoken Lashon Hara. And in fact, it was probably when Moshe Rabbeinu chose the ones to go to Eretz Yisrael, he chose the best guys. That's what Rashi said before. Kulam Nafshi, they were the best guys, most suitable. But nevertheless, the test was so strong, whether to speak bad about Eretz Yisrael or not, which for us is very difficult to understand. But the Ma'aseh, there was a tremendous test for the spies, whether to come back with a good report or not. And in fact, you see that 10 out of the 12, only 2 did not succumb to the scheme, and 10 did. And they spoke Lashon Hara about Eretz Yisrael. So you see it was a tremendous test, tremendous challenge for the spies. And in Amaisa, 10 of them didn't pass the test. But Akoponim, so on the one hand, Moshe Rabbeinu knew there was going to be a tremendous challenge for them. And therefore, he did daven for Yeshua, that Yeshua he was pretty sure about is not going to be effective. Why? So the Chofetz Chaim has a whole pshat over here. Chofetz Chaim says that Yeshua, in his approach, was very conservative, very orthodox, let's call it that way. And Yeshua, Moshe Rabbeinu was pretty sure he's not going to succumb to the advice, to the scheme of the Meraglim. But Moshe Rabbeinu was afraid that Yeshua is going to be harmed by the Meraglim. Yeshua is going to be very openly, vociferously against the Meraglim, right? And the Meraglim are going to try and harm him. And that's what Moshe Rabbeinu davened. He changed Yeshua's name. He davened for Yeshua that HaKodesh Baruch Hu should save you from the scheme of the Meraglim. Not that he shouldn't be included among them, because that was really his element of free will. But the idea was that if it comes about that the Meraglim are going to speak against Eretz Yisrael, and he knew that Yeshua is going to be strongly opposed to them, because Yeshua is going to be strongly for going into Eretz Yisrael at all costs. So therefore, Moshe Rabbeinu was worried for the physical safety of Yeshua. That's how the Chofetz Chaim explains it. That's why he didn't daven for Kolev. Why didn't Moshe Rabbeinu daven for Kolev? Why only for Yeshua? Because Yeshua was that kind of person that he knew Yeshua was very open,
Open-minded.
not open-minded. He was very,
Blunt.
yeah, he was outspoken. That's the thing. Well, Yeshua was very outspoken of his opinion, and he knew that Yeshua is going to express his dissenting opinion to what the Meraglim want to do. They know they're going to give a bad report, and he knew that Yeshua was very outspoken. So if he's very outspoken, Moshe Rabbeinu was afraid for Yeshua's physical safety. Therefore, that's pshat, says the Chofetz Chaim, that's why Moshe Rabbeinu davened to Yeshua, that HaKodesh Baruch Hu should save you from the scheme of the Meraglim, from the physical intentions to harm you. That's, however, Kolev was a different approach. Kolev was not so outspoken. On the contrary, he tried to make as if he was on the same side as the Meraglim. He didn't show himself opposing the Meraglim, right, until mamash the last moment, when they came back to Moshe Rabbeinu and they gave the report, as we see in the later psukim. Okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
2 to 3 minutes I'll leave.
So you can give one.
Do one more pasuk.
Yeah, 1 second. You just read Tazayim? No.
I did.
Yeah, so we'll read Yud Zayin. Vayishlach.
Vayishlach Osa Moshe Lasso is Eretz Canaan. Moshe sent him to check out the scout the land of Canaan. V'yam Aleim Alu Zeh Negev. You should go up from the Negev.
Back this way through the Negev. V'alisem esahar. And go up the mountain, ascend the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Says Rashi. Aluzeh, go up this way by Negev, through the Negev. Who haya? Right, this was the least fertile, which means the waste land of Eretz Yisrael. Shekein terech hatagorim. That is the way of merchants. Marinas absolute. They show the lesser quality, poorer quality merchandise first. Achakach marinas hashevach, and afterwards show the better. That's where a person really gets excited about it. You see the lower quality stuff, and now you've got really good stuff here now. Okay? Right. Pasuk Yud Ches, Mordechai. Okay, Mordechai, Pasuk Yud Ches.
וראיתם את הארץ מהי ואת העם היושב עליה וחזק הוא הרופא המעט הוא עם רע.
Let's translate. You should see what the land is like. And the people, the nation who's dwelling there, are they strong? Harofe, or are they weak? Hama'atu, are they many? Imrav, or are they... Hama'atu, are they few? Imrav, or are they many? Okay, see what we're talking about over here. So let's see Rashi. Esa'aretz mahi. What is the land like? Yesh eretz megadeles giborim. You have a land which produces strong people. Yesh eretz megadeles chaloshim. There's a land which produces weaker people. The climate, environment. Some people are conducive to producing strong people. Yesh eretz megadeles chaloshim. Some lands, the environment and is conducive for, is more conducive to produce weaker people. Yesh megadeles uchlusin, right? Some times the environment, the climate, right, is conducive to producing many people. They have a lot of children. Many people. Sometimes the environment and the climate causes fewer people to be, whereas people can survive less there. Okay? Therefore, that's what he told them to look out for. So that's what he asked them. Hechazak hu, are they strong? Harofeh. So Rashi says, Siman Masor Lahem. He gave them a siman to tell you, are they strong or are they weak? In the Prazim Yoshvim, if they live in open cities, Chazakim Hey, then they're strong. Right? Because they don't need walls. Just Seimuchim al Gurasam, they're relying on their own strength, and therefore they don't need walls. It means they don't have to have fortifications. In Ba'arim, but Tsuros Yoshvim, they're living in fortified cities, Chaloshim Hey, then they're weak. And the Maisa, you see that the Meraglim came back and they said, the Maisa, you said if they have physical fortifications, they have walls and things like that, then they're weak. That's not true. They're strong and they have strong fortifications. So it's impossible to conquer them. That's what the Meraglim came back and say. Okay, but that's not normally the situation. Normal situations is that you have the people are strong, so they couldn't care less. They don't really say, we don't need fortifications, we can take on anybody. Okay, because they're strong. It's only people who are weak, that the actual physical makeup, the physical strength of the people is weak, right? Then they require strong fortifications. Okay, we've got time for one more pasuk here. Pasuk Yud Tes. Umah ha'aretz. Speak last by Yud Tes.
Umah ha'aretz asher hu yoshev bo hatova hi imra umah ha'arim asher hu yoshev bo hena ha'machanim im mitz sorim.
Yeah. Okay, what is the land? What is the land like? Asher hu yoshev, where they are dwelling. Hatovahi, is it a good land? Imra, or bad? And the cities where they are dwelling, habamachanim, are they dwelling in open cities, like camps, in b'mivtzorim, or in fortified cities? Right? And so it sounds a little bit repetitive.
We asked the Meraglim these questions?
Yeah, this is what the Meraglim was supposed to find out. Okay, habamachanim, targumoi, habafitzchim. What b'machanim means? Open cities. Krochim, pitzuchim, ufsuchim, me'ein choyma. Means open cities without a wall. And then what kind of land is it? Hatovahi, is it good or bad? What does that mean? With good springs and deep wells, right? Filled with good and healthy water. Okay, so that means it's a good land. The land itself is good. Okay, we'll have to stop here. We'll go up to Pasuk Chof.
Rashi is saying this is the Meraglim?
No, he's explaining what in essence Moshe Rabbeinu was asking the Meraglim to find out. Okay, we'll have to stop here. Let's see Be'ez Hashem more tomorrow.